Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tori. If you're new here, I have Y in the background here, and we're gonna do some seed starting today. So I'm gonna go through what I'm starting in my zone and how I'm doing it on a budget, because we have just been saving things throughout the year to start these seeds and then eventually transplant them into our garden. There are some seeds that we can start now. There are some seeds that we can start next week, and then there are some seeds that benefit from being directly sown. So that just means we're gonna put them into the ground and not start them indoors. So if you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Tori. We do prepping, life here, everything on a budget. We try and find ways to save you money. So if you're into that kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and let's get right into it. All right, I'm going to read you my list. I am in zone 5B, but my soil gets a little iffy, so I factor that in when I'm direct sowing and starting as well, because it really does affect our growing time, no matter what I do to the soil. So I am gonna start with bell peppers. I have celery. I can do broad beans right now. I can do oregano, rosemary, and thyme. So we are going to start them in a variety, a plethora, if you will, of different vessels. And I'm gonna just wing some of them. Some of them are new to me, and I thought this would be beneficial because there's just so much advice out there. And if you're following along, you can see the, I guess, journey of each seed and what works and what doesn't. So I hope that's helpful. Next time we're gonna start basil, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, kale, tomatoes, sage, and that's a big one. That's gonna start on March 19th. And then after that, that's when we get into direct sowing. So cucumbers, lettuce, pumpkins, zucchini, things like that. So that is the goal. We have a big garden plan. Are you all right?
Yes, I need to put this up here and I don't spit it. It'll knock our house over.
You're gonna knock our house over?
Yes.
Okay. My 4-year-old has a beautiful imagination. So anyways, we are gonna do the garden outside. Obviously we're gonna have a garden outside, but we're gonna have it where we had it last year, except for this year we have chickens. So the chickens love to eat everything, and sometimes they can be a valuable asset to the garden, ducks as well, but they eat literally everything. So we need a fence to block them out. So that is the goal. We're just gonna do, we're just gonna build the fence on our own. I'm hoping to build the fence, but I'm not sure because I will be, you know, right around 8 months, 9 months pregnant at that point. So I don't know if my husband will allow me to do it, dig the holes and all that, but I am capable of building a fence. So I think I might get started on it. And then for garden boxes, we're not gonna do a raised bed, but we would like it divided. We would like to sell our house eventually in the future. And for resale value, I think looking in the backyard, that was a big seller for me. So we're gonna attempt to make a little hoop house, greenhouse at the end of it, just so I have some areas of warmth and shelter to go, because my baby will be coming May 21st, apparently. We'll see when she comes, but that is gonna be like the height of gardening season, trying to get things in the ground so they have enough time to grow. So I think seed starting will be our benefit this year. And I'm hoping I will be able to move around my garden with a newborn. I've done it before, so fingers crossed for me for that. But anyways, we are gonna start direct sowing these, and I'm gonna turn you around and show you the vessels that we have and the soil that we're using. I'm trying different soil every single time. So I just wanna see what works best. I've read so many forums, I've watched so many videos, and everyone has an opinion about soil, but I've never really tried them all out on my own. I've tried some, but not all. So that is what I'm doing today. This is our little setup right now. Last season, I got these peat pellets and these starters for 50 cents a piece. And I've never worked with peat pellets before. I generally steer away from peat, but I'm gonna try it out. I don't know, I've never started in peat, and I really want to just have experiments this season, because that's what these years are all about for us, because we want to have a large homestead and, you know, we want to work up to that. So I feel like learning and experimenting is the best way to do it for us. So we're going to try it out. And then next up, okay, we've seen these before. I will link that video down below, but I have just these indoor grow kits, and a lot of you purchased on Amazon. I think it was a great buy. It was under $25, and it comes with 6 of these trays. So I had successful germination. I know that's not because of the trays, but you know, I just feel like it worked for us. So we are going to try a few different things. I have some lighting situations happening as well, and I can't wait to show you that because they're all different kinds. And then I've been saving these salad containers. We feed the organic girl greens to the ducks and chicks, and I usually find them at 90 cents, so I just save these, and we're gonna try a few seeds in there. And then I have a cupcake, or well, what is that? I don't even know, a Danish container, and I thought this would be shallow enough for microgreens, so it's not gonna necessarily need that top, so we're gonna cut the top off, and that could be a good set for these trays because it will leak water. So that is the goal today. I forgot to tell you about the good dirt. I was given this, so we're gonna try it out. I didn't have to pay for it, so why not? Pete from Responsibly Managed Peatlands, and I think that's the issue that people have with peat, among other things. So we'll see how it goes. We'll call this the peat diaries. I tried seed starting mix last time and it worked great, so let's try potting mix this time. Why not? It's a big experiment together. I don't mind doing it because most of this here was free or $1. So let's get started. I will show you how I mix my soil. Okay, so the first thing that we're doing here, I'm trying to sneak in, is just mixing. This is just an old pot, so I have some dirt.
I can't find them.
And I'd say we do about half. Wise looking for some seeds here. Then I have some warm water. And I'm just gonna stir that up and get it nice and wet. I'm not necessarily doing soil blocks, but I like to have a wet soil.
A bubble.
Oh, bubbles. Are you looking for cucumbers or bubbles?
I couldn't look for them.
So I'm just mixing this soil up right here. I'll probably do the whole bucket. I just wanted to get it going. And we'll fill these first, and then I'll show you the peat pods. I don't know if I should do it opposite. I think they grow relatively quickly. Those peat discs, they expand with water if you're unaware of the process of it. I've also seen coconut pellets do the same thing. It's made with some different things. Still on those bubbles. But yeah, I'm gonna just dump the rest of the water in here. So right now I just have a box lid, and I'm gonna put everything on top of there. The salad mix boxes, they're gonna need like a hole in there, so I'm just gonna stab a few holes in there. And then water does go down underneath here, and that's really how I water my indoor seeds, but you can water on top if you want. I've never done it like that. Okay, well, I was gonna go check for some eggs. Our ducks and chickens are both laying now, but it is a little chilly, so I don't know what will happen.
Winnie's good at laying eggs.
Yeah, Winnie's really good at laying eggs, our duck. So I'm just taking a long screw here, and I just pop little tiny holes in it and kind of just screw it together. I also have egg cartons in here, and sometimes I start seeds in those too. You can really do whatever you want. Of course, on video, this is gonna give me a problem, but this is typically what I'm doing. Yeah, so it's easier if you do that. Just poke holes throughout here, and then you're gonna fill this with dirt, and I will show you one of them and go from there. So I just fill it in just like this. Then I press the soil in each one. And then I will, I'll see you here in a second. as you saw, I did the peat pellets. Good job, buddy. And we're going to put some water in each one. And I think, yeah, we're going to...
That's going to be tricky. I can't do it.
Mama, help.
Oh.
Okay. Yep. And then I'm going to do the other containers as well. So we're just filling them up just about halfway with warm water, and then you will see just about halfway, not too far, and you will see that they'll start to expand. So that's okay if you get a little more, but we're working on just halfway. So this is a good homeschool technique too. If you ever are curious about integrating homeschool with homesteading, this is great for toddlers, right? Well, 4-year-olds, huh? Okay, it is late night now. We are going to be powering these little seed pods with LED Christmas lights. I've never tried the warm tone, but you're certainly welcome to if you would like. It is very late night. The kids went to sleep, and this is what I do in my spare time. I play with my chickens. I listen to Morgan Wallen and or anything that I'm into that night, and I am planting seeds. So if you're into that kind of thing, you're in the right place. But let's talk about the seeds, because I didn't even get a chance to explain my title. This is my biggest money saver, is growing our own food. I understand not everyone can do this, but I strongly feel that this could save you a ton of money. I always talk about shopping clearance sales, but this really helps us. It helps our budget, helps our mental health, and once you see where your food is grown, it just gives you a sense of not just pride, but it gives you a sense of trust if you are getting the right ingredients. And I say that because I'm sure a lot of us have noticed in the past couple of years, things have been getting super strange, and I never thought it would come to this, but I feel like the powers that be, are messing with our food source. I know a lot of you feel that. I know a lot of us don't like to talk about it because it's uncomfortable, but every single day more truth comes out about this. The USDA, I believe, is now urging us to take our gardens and register them. So tell the government what you're growing and how much you're growing. I suggest strongly that you don't do that, but I can't tell you what to do. So to me, this extra time, this extra $20 to $40 to start these seeds really means a lot to myself and my family. If you're not into that, that's totally fine. But I wanted to share this with you. I feel like it's super important, and I'm trying to show you different ways to do this because I feel that everybody can do this. So I'm going to get off my soapbox here and get back to it. I was showing you celery seeds and how truly small they are. So I'm just taking my tool here, poking a hole, putting the seeds in, and hoping for the best, saying a little prayer on them. But in the meantime, I like to pick up the chicks because I'm right next to them. They can smell me, they can hear me, and they needed to be picked up. So I'm going to play with them here. My husband's over my bird shenanigans. If you could see his face, you'd laugh too. But I'm just taking a little chicken break here. We went to go look at some turkeys today, so that was exciting. But anywho, back to it. We are going to get back to these seeds. As you can see, I chose a different setup for each vessel. I feel like it works for us and it will work for you. We will just see, it's a big experiment here. I know what works for us, but I want to try different ways. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to take my little pods here, my peat pods, and put my spinach seeds in here. It's a unique seed. I feel like I wouldn't expect a spinach seed to look like this, but these hardier greens have that unique seed. They're like larger and they look like a rock essentially, but I'm just pressing them down into these peat pods here, and I'm going to say a prayer over them and let them be. Now, when it comes to microgreens, this is an awesome value. I get mine on Amazon, always linked in my store if you want to support the channel, or maybe you have found them cheaper. I always encourage you to find something cheaper. But you just sprinkle it on top of the dirt, get it wet a little bit with my handy spray bottle that I got at Target for $3, and I just cover it for the first couple of days until I see some sprouts, and then all I do is uncover it and those microgreens will start growing. I give them to my chickens. I put them in smoothies. I eat them on salads, but it's delicious. I decided to not put the lids on the larger salad containers just because this table is over top of a heating vent. So I think it will be enough heat, especially in the sun. But I did want to show you what we sprouted last time. This is the nasturtium. You should see the roots. They are looking stellar. And then we have the portulaca as well as the basil. So that is what we started in the last video, and I will link that down below. I'm going to end it here. I really hope you got some encouragement and motivation to save some money, because we all can do it if you start these seeds. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, y'all.
I know the next morning when the sun goes up, it might be the last day of you and me. You're lying next to me with heavy eyes while I shiver inside with a heavy heart. I know what I've done, and I'm too afraid to let it go. If I could, I would turn back time. If I could, I would take it all back. If I could, I would bring back all the memories, not just only in my dreams. Oh, if I could. You know nothing at all.